Welcome to session 2 of Power Electronics and Instrumentation subject, that is 18EC36 subject code, and we were discussing with the first module, Introduction to Power Electronics and Thyristors. And in the previous session, that is in first session, we discussed about the definition of the power electronic system. Then we discussed about the power semiconductor devices, in that with three classifications: power semiconductor diodes, power semiconductor transistors, and power semiconductor thyristors. And in brief, we discussed about the devices and the transistors and the types of thyristors which are available in the system. And in this second session, we need to discuss about the introduction part of the same first module. Then we need to discuss about the power electronic converters and its applications. Power electronics applications, these are the contents. And coming to this power electronic system, it's a system, it's a power electronic system. It's having these many blocks which are interconnected to perform a function. In that first block is a power source. The next one is the output of power source is loaded to the power modulator. Then power modulator output is provided to the motor, and motor output is finally to the load. And in between we are having a sensing element, and the output of sensing element is loaded onto the control unit. It allows the outside commands for the controlling function. Then the output of controlling unit will function the power modulator. The input for power modulator is not only the source, it's from the control unit also. It's a block diagram of a power electronic system. And in this block diagram, the first element was the power source. The power source may be an AC supply or a DC supply. And then the next block is a power modulator, which converts the electrical source as per the requirement of the load. Here, in between the load and the power source, we are using the power modulator. This function is to convert the information, to convert the source according to the load demands. Here, the source may be either AC or a DC supply. And the next function is, it selects the modes of the operation of the motor. This motor operation can be selected, can be chosen by the power modulator block, and this modulator flows the power from source to the motor. To the next stage, it is capable of providing the flow of power from source to motor. And during the transient operations such as starting, barking, and speed reversal, it restricts the source and motor currents within the permissible value. So this modulator function is to permit the required thing while operating in terms of either starting, barking, or speed reversal. And it restricts mainly the source and the motor current. That is, these are the main functions, one or more functions provided by the or performed by the power modulator. That is the second block. And the next block is the motor. Motor is commonly used in power electronic systems like DC motors, either induction motors, stepper motors, synchronous motors, brushless motors, and switched reluctance motors. These are the motors can be used in a power electronic system as a motor. And here power modulator is the main controlling unit. The nature of this particular unit for a particular system depends on the power modulator that is used. So this power modulator is depending upon the function, we can go for choosing the power modulator. It's mainly the controlling unit, and this control unit will operate at the lower voltage as well as the power levels. And sensing unit measures the load parameters and compare it with the command. The difference of the two parameters processed by the control unit components are to control the turn on of power semiconductor devices which are used in the modulator. And here the behavior of the load can be controlled over a wide range within the adjustment of the command. This can be adjusted by the function of the power modulator. It acts as the control unit. This is up to the block diagram explanation about a power electronic system. And coming to the next topic, the types of power electronic circuits. These are the types of power electronic circuits which are broadly classified into AC to DC, which are referred as a diode rectifiers. Second one, DC to AC, referred as inverters. The next is DC to DC, referred as choppers. Next is AC to AC, it is called as cycloconverters. And finally, the AC regulators. These are the types of the power electronic circuits. Now, let us discuss one by one. The first one called AC to DC, it is referred as a diode rectifier and also called as a controlled rectifier. And this diagram gives the information about the conversion part. It's called as AC to DC converter. The input for this AC to DC is either a single phase or a three phase AC supply. Input is in terms of purely AC and the output expecting is a kind of DC. This can be achieved by a diode rectifiers. Internally, it includes a diode rectifier. This diode rectifier is a circuit which converts a AC into a DC. And particularly in the rectifier, will be having a diode. So the diodes functions the AC into a DC with the help of a rectifier. So the conversion process of AC into DC is called rectification. This rectification can be achieved by AC to DC converters. So the output will be the variable or fixed DC output. And also it is called as a line commutated converters, and the applications are in DC drives, UPS, in HVDC, high voltage DC systems will prefer this AC to DC conversions, and these are the input and output waveforms with respect to this AC to DC converter. The input is a AC supply with a sinusoidal signal which is operating at some frequency where Vs is denoted with input and the output is denoted with V0, that is output voltage, where it's a conversion of, with the help of a diode rectifier, the input AC signal has been converted into the pulsated DC. And the next one called DC to AC converter. This DC to AC is also referred as an inverter. Here the input is fixed DC voltage. Here we can observe the input. Input is a fixed DC voltage, and then internally we are having a converter, or it is also referred as inverter, and the output we are expecting is it's a variable voltage, variable frequency AC output, AC kind of output. So here also the graph represents the input which is in terms of DC with some value called VDC. Voltage is represented of this particular DC signal is with VDC, and the second one is AC output V0. This is representing in terms of sine. It is used as substitute whenever the mains is not available. And coming to the application, it's a speed control of induction motors, standby and emergency power supplies. And the next one is DC to DC conversion. This DC to DC conversion is referred as a choppers. Internally we will be having choppers which converts a DC supply to a fixed voltage DC supply to a fixed or variable DC output. Here the input is fixed DC supply or the output of uncontrolled rectifier. The output is fixed or variable DC voltage. Coming to the applications, DC drivers, SMPS, speed control of stepper motor, either it will be the clockwise or anti-clockwise counters. You will prefer as a for the speed control of the stepper motor. Both the anti-clockwise as well as the clockwise can be controlled using this DC kind of conversions. And here also the output waveform represents, the graph represents the input as well as the output. Here the input is denoted with DC, VDC at some voltage, and here the output is in terms of pulses. The output voltage, it's a combination of T on and a T off with the help of pulses. And coming to the next conversion, it is AC to AC conversion, also called as a cycloconverters. The input will be the fixed voltage, fixed frequency with AC supply, internally we are having a cycloconverter, and output will be the variable frequency, variable voltage AC output. So graph represents the input, which is AC supply, and the output is a variable. Here the input voltage and frequency is fixed, but at the output the voltage as well as the frequency both are varied with the help of this AC output. But both the input as well as the output are in terms of AC signal. Here the input is fixed with a voltage as well as a fixed frequency with a single phase or a three phase mains. The output may be variable voltage and variable frequency. Here the output frequency is usually lower than the input frequency. And coming to the applications, it's a traction, AC traction drives. The next one is a AC kind of regulators. Regulator is a circuit which converts a AC to AC. So the input will be fixed, output will be variable. And here the output voltage is depending upon completely the load, but both are AC. It regulates the voltage level. And here the output frequency is same as the input frequency. Frequency is same, only we can control the voltage variations can be achieved using this AC regulator. We can observe the diagram. It's a fixed voltage AC supply and the output will be the variable voltage AC output. And coming to the applications, in a speed control of fan and pumps, will prefer this AC regulators. So input denotes the sine wave and output denotes the sine with variable voltages and with the same frequency. So this is up to the converters, different types of converters including rectifications, regulators, choppers, cycloconverters. These were the types available. And coming to the application part, now let us discuss how can we use this power electronics in our daily life. What are the applications? So if we look around ourselves, we can find a whole lot of power electronic applications such as fan regulator, light dimmer, air conditioning, induction cooking, emergency lights, personal computers, vacuum cleaners and including UPS as well as a battery chargers and many more we can observe in our daily life within our surroundings. And this is one of the example of a charger. It can be connected to the laptop. It's a kind of power electronic system where the one signal can be loaded onto the load through a power electronic system. So this is charging the battery. And the next one is can located that red color indicates the fundamentals of here the power electronics is available. And within a portable battery bank pack, we can observe this power electronics. It acts as a source and this power bank acts as a load. We can charge this power bank. And similarly, one more example is photovoltaic solar panel. It's a power electronics example where the power grid will be in terms of AC load and this power source, this DC source through this power electronic. Here the bridge is the power electronic circuits where we can operate the inverter with the solar power system. And the next one is the example of a wind turbine. It's an example of power electronics where this wind turbine AC source and this yellow color indicates the power electronics application where this source from the source we can pass that into this load AC load power grid AC load. And this is up to the applications, major applications of the power electronics. And coming to the application of entire power electronics, first one in terms of utility system. In utility system, we prefer this in a high voltage DC transmission, that is HDVC, and then static VAR compensation, supplemental energy source like wind photovoltaic fuel cells in a energy storage systems and induced draft fans and boilers and then feed water pumps. Coming to the next application in a aerospace, a space shuttle power supply systems, satellite power systems, aircraft power system, and in case of industry as a pumps, compressor, blowers and fans, lighting, induction furnace, industrial lasers, all these are all the applications related to the industries. And the next one is a commercial. In this commercial application, heating, ventilating, air conditioning, central refrigeration, lighting, uninterruptible power sources, UPS, computers and office equipment, which comes under a commercial. Coming to the residential application of these power electronic systems is a space heating, air conditioning, cooking, refrigeration and freezers, and in the electronics part. And in case of a transportation, in order to battery chargers, transaction control, automotive electronics including engine, electric locomotives, streetcars, trolley buses. And coming to the telecommunication, battery chargers, power supplies, and finally the renewables in terms of solar, wind and hybrid power plant. These are the applications related to the power electronic systems in all the domains, from power transmission, aerospace, in terms of industrial, commercially, residential applications, transportation, telecommunication and renewables. This is up to the second session. We discussed about the types of converters, a basic power electronic system with a block diagram explanation, and finally the applications and the advantages of this power electronic systems. Thank you.